One of my passions and um, as well concerns is about homelessness. And you did a very strong documentary that I urge everyone to try to find it. And I'm sure you're going to tell us where to find it, especially for the international people. But it's a very important area. Homelessness is it's a huge problem for the world, and it's something that it always kind of gets me very very heartbroken when I see people in any kind of homelessness. But I know as well from my being actually sponsoring an organization here in the UK and worldwide specialized on this, and the numbers are quite dramatic. But there's so much we can do. So I would like to see this a bit. If you could tell us about the documentary, where people can find it, and your idea, and about what you find with this documentary, because it's a very powerful and very important thing for all of us. And I think we all have to do some action on this.
The documentary is called The Invisible Visible. Uh, the genesis of the documentary is that in 2015, I was invited to be part of the Aspire Circle Fellowship Program. The Aspire Circle Fellowship Program is the top fellowship program here for social leaders, enlightened social leaders in India. And the reason I was there as a filmmaker is because I've done a lot of films on various social causes, including child sexual abuse, pedophilia, child marriage, women, general human rights, and a whole lot of other issues. And by virtue of which my work was being noticed, and they decided to call me in, and I was the oddball out because I was not from the social sector. I was a filmmaker at the end of the day, but I was making films on social causes. But they wanted to have a different perspective. They wanted to understand from an audio-visual communication perspective. And this is where I met a man called Tariq. And Tariq was working with the homeless. He runs an organization called Koshish. And Tariq was working with the homeless, and he was one of the most extraordinary individuals. You know, you meet certain people in your life who actually touch, move, and inspire you so much that it actually shakes the foundations of your life and of your beliefs. And it actually changes the way you think about life. And he was one of them. And I've never been so impressed or so moved or so shaken by the resolve of any one man. And he put just not me, I mean, he put everybody in shame because his integrity, his commitment towards the homeless people, his organization, 25, 30 people, that's it. But working across India and working relentlessly and with extraordinary integrity, not on the ground level only, but at the advocacy level as well. So they have a lot of jurisprudence experts also on their panel and stuff like that. And I realized that there are 70 million people, estimated 70 million people in India who are homeless. Now, 70 million, just to give you a perspective, the France population is 67 million. So imagine all of France being homeless. That's the perspective. And there's not a single piece of film that is made on them, which tells you why these people are called the invisibles. Across the world, they are called the invisible. Nobody wants to see them. And the whole idea of the film is to visualize them, to humanize them. These are the disenfranchised people. They are the marginalized people. They don't have vote, so they don't count for nothing. So the politicians won't help them because they don't have an identity, and they have been stripped of all their identity. And there are many issues. The homeless issues in India are very different from the homeless issues in the West world, particularly the advanced West world. Most of the people, homeless people in the West, are there because of some mental health issues or circumstantial issues. Over here, it is largely due to poverty. It is largely due to the fact that there's no job opportunities, or there's nothing to eat. If you're a farmer, then you're suffering and you're dying, and you have nowhere to go. So you come into the city with the hope that at least you will get 2 square meals even if you're staying on the road. And that's pretty much what happens with these kind of people, that they stay on the roads. And furthermore, even if they are poor, they are criminalized for their poverty, because there is a law that incarcerates them just because they are homeless. So if you're on the streets, you will be picked up by the police and you'll be taken to what is called the beggars' home, which are basically jails. And I saw this and I was like, everybody believes that law is draconian. Everybody believes that law is extremely unfair, that it does not represent the constitution, which talks about equal rights for everybody. And this law needs to go. And how the hell will the law go? Because there are a lot of people who are trying. But the politicians and the bureaucrats and all the lawmakers are sitting in a high pedestal where they do not know about the issues. So how about if I create a film that not only humanizes them, but also completely makes them understand in 1 hour, 15 minutes about the issues of the homeless, that these are as human as you and me, and they need to be treated with dignity, they need to be treated with respect, they need to be rehabilitated, and they need to be reskilled and integrated back into the society. Most of them are suffering from mental health issues. So those mental health issues need to be addressed, and they don't need to be incarcerated for their poverty. And just because the state doesn't know what it should be doing with them. So this is what it is. Now, as well as the Invisible Visible is concerned, right now we just finished the film, and it's doing the festival rounds. You can see the trailer on YouTube as well as Vimeo. It is available. If you just type in the Invisible Visible and type my name, maybe you'll be able to see the trailer. You can see the trailer. There's a lot of other material that is available because October 10th, World Homeless Day. I'm happy to share the links of the other stuff that we've done. The idea is October 10th being World Homeless Day. We had done a lot of programs leading up to that, and to build the awareness among the general public. And now that we have a film on it, all of a sudden everybody's sitting up and taking notice, because we've been doing some private shows and we've been showing it to important stakeholders. We've been showing it to people who matter, who are decision makers within the government, within the bureaucracy. And all of a sudden now people are sitting up and taking notice, because it's a powerful and moving film. And it is not just a film, but it's an impact film. And an impact film is essentially that it comes with a campaign. So there is a campaign, there is an ongoing campaign that is also going on, unfolding as we speak, simultaneously along with the film that has been shown in select places as of now. And eventually, of course, once we've done the festival rounds, at least the initial festival rounds, we're hoping to get it to a big OTT platform, and you can catch the film there.